pair ore. For some reason we have 6 pair ore now. Okay. Welcome back to Hollow Knight, but a unconventional Hollow Knight episode. Because this is all about the devlogs, and I have enabled a bunch of mods, but I also I'm currently doing further developments on the Bonfire Mod for the newest version of the game. So it says like 2.1.2. I don't know if this version is a version I have added. I often forget versioning, so but what I found out very quickly about that mod was that some of the numbers were tweaked a little pragmatically, or also not that well. But that were not the most issue. From where I really started to fix it, and this is what still remains in the current version of my current version of the mod, is that we have first the nail arts being threaded correctly. I think that was the case before, so. But also we added, I think, I'm not sure. I fixed a lot of stuff, but we also added the strength charm here, and basically the whole section here I have upgraded. For instance, I added. We have now the mare charm from the pale curd. Additionally being added. I think with the latest change, and that's why I'm doing this video, with the very latest change I did to this mod, I don't even need this section anymore. And we are going out to test exactly that now. For the main changes of these mods, it's a reference to the hit damage, and the nail damage is being calculated given the reference of the hit damage, so that when we kind of get the nail damage calculation, we finally just calculated from the Bonfire Mod settings. One thing I think is totally not in the pool of the Bonfire Mod, however, is I think the shadow slash here, because I think it doesn't have slash in its name or something. So the hit source for the shadow. Why does it have slash in its name? I have no idea. But for that kind of purpose, I think the Bonfire Mod was not conceived because conceptionated, whatever. Like the Bonfire Mod does not count this kind of type of damage we can deal to enemies. And I think I don't put it in. So this is in the lookout section. But what we want to really see is, with the latest change, that the whole hit damage, how it goes in of this hook, set damages, which is on hit instances, and it doesn't even seem to be a hook in the game. It just happens automatically, being added to the hook system or something. that when we put all this in here, we get kind of thing out. There's one thing I don't do at this point. The previous version of the Bonfire Mod, because it didn't refer to the old hit damage when calculating nail damage. Basically, did do some random ask like standard calculation of the actual damage by its own. So it used like this number and then calculated everything from there. I have not done this. Yeah, that was the case for the nail odds. It could be, though, it could be that using all this is not possible. All these things are not even necessary after I fix this part, and that's what we want to find out now. There's like all these extra sections which add things, and so I think it's much easier. So if we go into classic mode. So I think it's much easier to handle this mod, and it's much more compatible with all the other mods. So I have added a bunch of counters. So see, we deal 5 damage now. We need even 2 hits to kill. And now we're gonna go and say give us all charms. Then we wanna go and say oh, I think we cannot have the nail upgrades directly from here. But we can test other things right now. It's 5, right? And so if we use a nail art, no, it's, I think it was 18 or something. Gotta take out the reference table real quick. 18, okay, 18 damage. The question is that the right value? That's what we're gonna take up into the reference table. So Great Slash shall deal 5 damage less than it does right now. No, not even. 6. So let me see. We have here this little table here. It says us, oh, give us 1 plus name upgrades times 6 as our buff. So this one is useless. We don't need it anymore. But it might be that I will never come back to this source of code again anyways. This takes account if we have this charm equipped here. So fragile strength costs a little geo. But we are interested in effect increases. Okay. So, we'll set the charm for. This the defender hard equips. Charm breaks, I can repair charm. Here, Fire Strength is a charm that strengthens by 50%. Exactly what we have here in the code for Fragile Strength. Times 1.5. As I said, we don't want to sequence break so much. So what's always on is this thing. What doesn't take us any notches is that thing. Usually. So. Didn't work. Maybe I have disabled this mod here. Fragile Strength. Now, let's see what Fragile Strength does for us. Oh, he's... You wanted to talk. Oh, you came back. You walked straight past me. I thought maybe I'd faded away along with this. So now we have Fragile Strength on, and we want to see if we deal 5 or even more damage. Okay, that was 12 damage. So we doubled our damage using Fragile Strength. So the code stuff to the Fragile Strength. Not needed anymore. No, for the nail art. 27. We went from 18 to 27. It's 9 more damage. Deal like 5 damage. 12 damage. 29, that was a critical hit. And did 13 damage just with the normal crystal dash. Whatever this is about. Okay, we deal 15 damage. 15 spell damage. Spell damage was in the same way as nail damage. It was the same way as nail damage is changed to it right now. So we have now exactly the same equation for spell damage as for nail damage. Can even make it a little bit more visible here. It's exactly the same function. It was different here before. Here was some extra math going on to calculate first the base damage and then the rest. It has something to do with the Bonfire Mod and how the damage values are calculated to display, for instance, the nail damage. That I've changed from the actual used exactly the same equation basically, and so that this one is more dynamic. And this is the most change I did, which we want to check right now, and that's why I'm looking at the spell damage to see what kind of calculation the spell thing does, right? So what is the actual buff? No vengeful spirit. Oh, base damage of 15. Let's see. So we do that correctly. Shade Soul base damage of 30. So for some reason Shade Soul is not that much stronger than 30 damage. Perfect. Shaman Stone. 40, so it just adds 10. It makes it super wide. Strong and wide. Yeah, I think it's time to just, nail damage. You can see that nail damage is kind of at 5 now. When we add this, is 6.25. Yeah, there's one thing, I didn't round this in thing. But it's kind of calculated as an integer, so it will be 6 after first upgrade. So let's see what 6.25 do here. 6. I think that's kind of fair. I could have added a little more. I had some other design curves or something, but I think these curves also do not add so much at the beginning. So it would have been nerfed to 6 anyways. because I realized that the longer you're on, the more you're grinding, and the higher the levels get, I think the curve was more. No, wait, the curve was more aggressive, but it saturated much harder. That was what I did in the past, but somehow this data got lost. I don't know. I have some equations back in the 1.4 something version of the game of the mod, and can carry it over, and then that would be exactly what we want. But we go for the vanilla bonfire shit now, and go for a nail damage of 7.12, 14, 55, something like this. It's also not that much necessary, as we're just testing everything. So as we can see here, we add the nail damage, and so nail damage is being calculated up here, and then we can do a integer of this, and we are fine. The same might have been with spell damage, but we don't have spell damage directly. Oh, we have spell damage. Okay, so it needs to be an integer. That's one of these additions I did, is doing spell and nail damage calculations, and also other things like the buffing of the enemies was just in integers and increments of 1. And there was a factor in it, so sometimes it was just 1, sometimes 2, 5, 4 at certain levels. So when does it get buffed, right? And so I changed that to continuous numbers, and cast it to an integer the moment it needs to be loaded. Which does scale well, I guess. So you should deal 7 damage, just to take reference to it and see if it's the case. And then we have to also a 6. Okay, that didn't work. So doing this, 6 damage. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, 7 damage for the thing, and a little bit too much for the nail arts because of the extra damage we have to. I can also test the Fury of the Fallen. Maybe we cannot equip more. Okay, that's good. Okay, we still deal just 7 damage with Fury of the Fallen, so this is another issue here. We don't have a buff. Another thing is that we are, for some reason, super fast in Fury of the Fallen mode. I don't know where this comes from. This might be some of the mods I have on. So we have on the Exaltation mod. This just upgrades charms. We have something with charms overhaul. That's it. And I think in combination with some other charms, it does weird shit. It did 2 damage, and my shadow just refused. Because we have the thing. So with energy, I just deal 2 damage. It's just 23 damage. Now we get 3 damage out of this, and 37. So we have some damage buff, at least of these. For the normal, so that's 7.8. So it would go to 8. And we then see how much damage we deal normal hit. Under the influence of also energy does not do a shit when we have not full health, as you can see. Weird thing though is I think it did. No, it didn't. Did it? I wonder if it did if we have the for some reason I cannot surpass them anymore. Yeah, if you have the Furious Fallen on. Okay, now we have the effect of Furious Fallen. So we had a hook issue there. Let's see if we still deal the same amount of damage. So this is 3. We just still deal 7 damage now. So I think it's conflicting each other. It's not a good thing. Or I think the normal damage is just wait. Anyways. It's rounded down each time, so it's not going up to 8 at this point. Yeah. Now it's 8. Okay, we dealt 8 damage. Yeah. So that was 20. 68, but it was also pretty good. I don't know why we even run to this guy. We can see the damage anyways. So this still deals 20 damage. What about a direct hit though? 48, 32. But that could have multiple reasons. What if you have the notch costs? Yeah, wonderful. Void Heart is 36. Okay. There we have it. So, Fury of the Fallen. Six. But we don't have any reference how much it adds, to be honest. But yeah, we can say it adds like 60 something %. It's still more than. Oh, so it might just add something, but we don't have enough net upgrades. So let's first test a little bit, because I think. Oh, no, we can also upgrade strength directly. Who needs net upgrades, right? We don't have geo. upgrade to about 11, maybe. It's not adding that much though, so I'm thinking about just buffing this up also. Saving changes. This wasn't opening a second window for some reason. So we're at 11 nail damage or something, right? That's what laggy opening all the shit. 10. Okay. We have a buff, yeah. No, we don't. It's just 10 damage. Okay, then we want to add this buff. I think we would just add the base damage plus, or do we something else? We will see. We'll see what we will do. I didn't know about this combination of Growlfly energy and Fuel of the Fallen, because I thought, like, if I don't have full health, it doesn't do this shit. Yeah. So we want to, let me see, first I want to see what the... I think it just crashed or something, I don't know. There we go. Okay, I could have just opened a new window, I see. .45, I want to go at 135, I guess. And this, I think, yeah, then they are even both. Slaughtered. One hit! Okay, I was thinking whether to go back to some other stage here. Because everything one hits. Pale thing. You use these old lines? Pathetic. A real warrior carries himself to combat. He has no need for such convenience. That's why he's sitting there all the way. Paving stone. Stone from interconnected crossroads beneath that mouth. Through the stacks, repeated use. It is imbued with trace amount of the power. So it carries the trait stack speed, dashing, increases attack cool, decreases the attack cooldown at net art charge time for 3 seconds. Still not working. Wonderful. I have to I have to manipulate the save game anyways. Good to know. Oh, game froze. Oh, game froze. Press bunch of buttons and now I'm in Zod. And this is start this. Killer Zod is coming. Okay, I have no chance. It's yeah. I planned this. I don't know. Huh? Yeah. It gave me enough, hopefully enough, to upgrade to... I have to press some weird button. It's not... It's kind of... Two... So if I go 2, I'm at 6. 3, I'm at 8. 4, and then after it takes a little longer, and then we are at 14 spell damage instead of 18, which is but a little bit more buff, a little bit more nerfed at this point. I realized that like 11 for strength is super fucked up, but consider like that strength is a thing you don't want to upgrade so much because of the nail arts. So yeah, that's with this. As if we are seeing when we are at 11 here, strength 11 with the 14 nail damage, so saturating is a good thing. With the 14 nail damage, and then get our first nail upgrade, we already deal 25 damage per hit. This is kind of super crazy. Nevertheless, we wanna apply this, yeah? This, 1300 something geo. Oh, he's so mad. What happens if we don't talk to him, even if he wants to? Like, will he just die or something? Oh, you came back, you walked straight past me. I thought maybe I'd faded away along with the stone. The shockwave is as strong as the nail art itself. It's like with one nail art, nearly half the health of this fat guy in there. That's fucked up. So I go back to the point where we have the nail upgrades. So with the first nail upgrade, we have a super strong 60 something, 62. What the fuck? This is a one hitter for nearly everything. So there is a buff of the enemies, anyways, but like I think like this is too crazy. I don't know.
Microsoft.
This base thing should be able to do everything. Yep. And then we do this, and then we do this, and it should show us this not in here. So, but what we can see that it doesn't even saturate that much. It's just yeah. So for another line, I'll do real quick. So we could change this to the value we had before, which is 30. Let's do 30. Right, and at 30, so 1.30, 1.3, we are like this. And so if we compare these two, we even go higher at this point, which is the thing that we wanted to start stronger at the beginning. We just made it collapse! But what we want to do is we want to not use what's then. Or do we? Oh, we want even to do that. Oh, that was part of the whole thing. I think I was on the wrong plane of existence anyways all the time. So see now the green and the blue, the green and the red curve are pretty similar. There we go. Green curve gets like utterly crazy. Now we have to just scale it down a little. Let's do this and then go here and do that. And we have exactly what I wanted. It might scale a little crazy at the very beginning, and then saturate much. It could, So I like that it's a little above 25. I think it goes, maybe it will never go to, will give, it could go to 26, I guess. Yeah, 26, 27, something. This is a cool thing. I like that it saturates. It doesn't saturate 100%, so it might just, after a while, also go to 30 or something. At level whatever. But I like the idea here. Because for me, I like that how the line meets the red line at the end, anyways. It's like, it doesn't matter what you do at the very end. The level's the same. Okay. If you say so. We can lower the factor a little again. This small portion here. I go to 4, I guess. Yeah, I think this is pretty much it. Satisfies the first levels and goes much stronger and decline the later levels. I think that's exactly what we want. So let's go for the numbers. So yeah. Gotta try this out. The SVR here now we can get like 12 damage, 13 damage, 14 damage. 13. Why is it going down? Oh fuck. Oh fuck, I did something wrong with the freaking thing. Good that we tested it. Something is wrong with the curve though. Oh, we set it to an integer later, and there we can round it. That makes sense. Found the mistake of the first attempt was math log we forgot. Oh, no. I thought about defeating the white defender, but right now I don't know how to get there. I defeated the dung defender, but didn't seem to unlock the place for the white defender. Ah, okay, it doesn't even indicate. Okay. I got it. Dung ball. He's not there. What the fuck? He's not there. What do I do now? Basically, theoretically, I already know what happens. when we have the Mayor's Charm. I just take this as a reference because I once connected the Mayor's Charm already in the Pale or not Pale or Pale Card playthrough, as you might have seen. It's not completed yet, but the mare we actually at least collected already. And basically what would happen is, because the mare charm is not nail damage, it's nail damage. It's not spell damage. And then it goes through this equation. After it did the following. So what goes in is the original damage, right? So the thing is, this hook starts right after damage calculation for most of the cases, I think. And so what happens is, it goes and check if it's spell damage, and if yes, then just calculate the spell damage bonfire stuff. But if it's not, it goes down here and does the mare charm thing, which is exactly the same code as from the mare charm, like from the original code of Pelcard. I think even maybe I did some extra working here with the calculation of the how many hearts and so on. So it does kind of this calculation basically twice. It's a little bit different. What I do here is kind of adding all the hearts and subtracting all the hearts. So adding all the blue hearts and subtracting all the blue hearts, adding all the normal hearts, subtracting all the normal hearts. Health. And the bloom level, it took this the same thing, so it has like 2 levels and so on. Yeah. And then the shadow thing, it gets like double, which is a very good thing, is it doubles the shadow damage buff. On casting, it's a floating number because it's further processed most of the time. Here, if it's not a slash shadow or something, it just gets cast into an integer at the end anyways. So it's basically like the thing, like right, that it does kind of double effect. I don't know how strong this will be at the end because of the buff when having certain buffs and taken into account, especially the nail damage. And when I take a look into the game, nail damage is already crazy. I mean, we made it like this, but also when taking a look into what you can have, for instance, artifacts, which most likely increase nail damage. Charms, which most likely increase nail damage. And at the end, even the nail upgrades, which anyways increase nail damage all the time by a specific factor, quote unquote. So there's not that much of a downside at this point. If we would remove that code, rather than we want to have a significant effect from the charm. That's the only thing why we might just consider having it on. So, but here we can get it. Let's do that. So I think I'm totally OP now. There's no way I will lose this fight actually. But yeah. Who knows? We deal 72 damage with just the freaking Ah, fuck. Yeah, I don't know. I think the first version of her is not that difficult with this charm here. Yep. So some weird hashtag achievement here, and then it's and then we can't move. Oh, it was a text. It was white on white. So bad about this again. But we got charm name lament. Ah, yeah. Item. Still the text does not work for some reason. I have no idea how to fix that. But we wanna equip this charm now. What's the 2 slots? Sometimes it works. I wonder why it doesn't work this time. But with this thing, yeah. So let's go and wait. Don't we have blue charm? Oh, we don't have stats, do we? Wait, where's the? Yeah, everything is at 1. That's weird. Let's do this. Strength might be a little OP, but yeah. Oh, we have Shredder's strength on. That's why we are so strong. I was like, why didn't we then deal less damage? Shredder's strength. That's kind of crazy because like the factor we got on top of our nail damage, it's like with Shredder's strength. No wait, Shredder's strength is not even on. Shredder greed is on. Huh. Wow. There we go. Sheriff me. Yeah, let's destroy the thing. 74. Oops. 29. Not that strong, but yeah. I think we don't have that much intelligence even upgraded. 5, yeah. Oh, wait, we have more intelligence than... But we have a bunch of nail upgrades, so... 51? What the fuck? Okay, though, Let's see what happens if we lose 87 for the shadow. Do we have any guy we can just fuck up here? No. I could go back, do some health. Like, sometimes it's much easier. But yeah. 51 still, so now if I get one more damage. Whoa, 97 was the thorns already. But I have to say that the thorns here in this safe game are already upgraded by the glorification mod, so yeah, you don't wanna get some, you know, thorns into your eyes. It's like palace thorns or something like this. Okay, there I cannot. Wow, that was. Why I just absorbed it. 51, and now if I get one more. So I do 87 at 1 damage. Like one of my original masks being done. Cut. 52, okay. So it does just one more each time. It's not that strong, to be honest. That's the thing what I wanted to buff. Because, maybe, you know, I mean... But weird thing though is that I already deal like 50 something damage. 52, get damage, 87 on ah 55. Yeah, that's. But that's a little more than... I lost 3 mass. I started with 51 damage. Now I do deal 55 instead of 54. 58! Oh, it gets better and better. So, the first few, the first few buffs are not that strong, but... Right now I lost 1 heart. And I got a boost of 4. I think it's because of the whole damage going through the buffer, and if the original damage just changes by 1, it doesn't seem to be that much of a thing. But forgot another buff, another that just exponentially grows or something. That's a cool effect. And it seems to be super cool. It's not that like I just get a huge amount just because of that double thing. I think it's also halved in the original, and that's also in the code. I have halved, so better to get 1 right on the spot to just wait for 2, 3, 4 masks to fall until there's a buff anyways. It makes the charm even a little bit OP. Not OP as it is, but from the challenge, it's not that much of an easy challenge. Except with the Bonfire Mod, and with the Bonfire Mods, this is even getting stronger and stronger. The weird part though is when I have this charm on, I don't know where this comes from. Could be the nail sage tenacity, nail sage tenacity, or something else. But my preview says I should get 37 damage with one hit. So I go like here and hit something, right? Was it 37 though? No, 51. So I already deal like near 20 more damage, like 15 or something damage more. 14. I deal 14 more damage, which comes from seemingly nowhere. And that's the thing which considers me the most. Could be a certain thing about like what is what is the maximum mass one can have, the maximum blue hearts one can have. This is calculated the buff from that and give me just a base buff already due to the equation I use. Or it is something about the charms. So this one usually should not buff me. This one could. It keeps from recording, requires extra knots, extra plant taken from Queen's Garden. So I want to reduce this, and also I think I forgot the artifacts. No wait, I don't have artifacts here. I had artifacts in the past. It could be that I still have some. So I don't know if there are some equipped in the background. So I basically have to enable the artifact shit and some artifacts real quick just to see if I can re-enable them here. Like that. And then we wanna good split mouth. See if this one artifact is no there. So we have to hard reset. And there we go. Get this one artifact. I can place. Okay. So we just have one artifact. Then we unfortunately have to take a look into our code again and see what actually went wrong here. So, equip charm 42. Okay. Smash charm. So this is what it does. And only if that is true, then it does something. Okay. Strength stats. So here it's 5 plus 4 times number of the second nailsmith upgrade and see if the numbers. No. Nail damage 23. Was it 20 before? Oh yeah, we have anyways. Yeah, doesn't matter. It's not. Yeah. You just 23. Okay. So it's not the thing. It might not be the possession of any charms. So I can only remember. I can only mind that it would be. Um, because this is video, it's mostly a thing I ignore. Even if it's teasing so much. It's a very asshole thing to find. Still don't have the thing here. But I think to unlock these, we need something. I think, but I'm not sure. It could be that this is just some extra stuff we don't have in this save game anymore. But anyways, so I don't know. It seems to lie a mystery for me why I get so much like why I'm so strong. And the display doesn't work anymore for when we already defeated like Radiance, for instance, and so on. Could be that the tuner gives us some buff. It must be some extra buff from some mod or something. It doesn't seem to have so much to do with our actual with this bonfire thing, as this code is super foreseeable. So yeah, this is kind of like a little coding Hollow Knight session. And where we did this little curve there to actually cache. Doesn't seem to be. This curve here to actually build like a nice little, you know, nice little thing. Nice little upgrade curve. It saturates much easier, much faster, but also starts a little stronger. And this is kind of a thing, like, I say it's always a thing that it's better to punish people for over farming and so on and trying to crack the hell up. Because the enemy buff, let me see if we can find it here, but it was somewhere. These things. So up there's even different versions of this. It's basically, I was trying to find a curve which gives us a very good level up experience when the enemies are all leveling up, kind of. So it's dependent on the current level here, and so when we take a look into this curve here, maybe we don't have to, but yeah. It's basically, it's just at a certain point they get stronger and stronger and stronger and strong. I think it's also punishing for leveling up too much, like for going to insane levels just by farming Geo all the time. And this is a thing I really wanted to have in this Bonfire mod, because it's basically keep the roll keeping the dice rolling, so you cannot just roll a 21 with a d20 without getting, you know, punishment after all. So then you have to basically rearrange and restat all the time, and this is the only thing where you lose kind of rancid eggs and geo and whatnot, rather than just at the end just playing the game forever and leveling up to a point where you just one hit the whole scene or something. It doesn't make so much sense, even though that we are doing this right now in our safe game we had there, and it's a little OP. I think one can just like balance this out a little more, especially from when going with other mods like excitation, with charm overhaul, with the artifacts, with skill upgrades. This shockwave makes the whole thing like terrible, right? But I think it might be still good enough. I think at 21, 23 or something, it anyways upgrades the enemy's health tremendously. So, yeah. This health buffer is actually important. It's actually important to see and to have there, because otherwise the mod wouldn't make so much sense. So the more continuous this health buffer is, the better it is. If it just goes in increments of, I don't know, then like at the beginning this number was an integer here, and the problem is to have there is that it just doubles after a while. And after a while, it just double the thing, triple like the thing, and it's just like multiple times of the original health. And this is like just changed with this thing all being just continuous up until the point this whole equation has been mapped out and then cast to an integer, which makes the whole thing much more dynamic. So the enemies are just incrementally getting stronger and stronger, instead of just, oh, I just level up until 21 or 22, and as long as I stay there, I'm safe. Like all the enemies are the same. That's kind of super lame. Yeah, but as you can see, there's a lot of like casting and functioning stuff going on. It's like with people who have a little experience about math and programming, it's not that much of a problem. But I think it for many people it could be a little unnerving, so to say. So yeah. But I don't want to blame anyone. That this mod exists is super amazing, and the original author is amazing. The people who ported it is super amazing. But I know the original author, he abandoned this project and said, yeah, it's not that much of a deal for me anymore, and I'm not satisfied with it. I really shout out to this guy who just don't have. I see there's people who just make themselves like small, and most of the time stay as this, and this is very unfortunate because if I would have the name here somewhere saying, "Wow, I made this," right? Yeah, some in the project details or something. Project details should be somewhere, I guess. But version 4.8 is a version. I don't know why it's showing other versions. But yeah. Ah, are you Grotto? Oh, I heard this name already somewhere. He isn't that bad though. I think I heard this name already before. Anyways, he's a genius to put this mod on the game, and so it's shout out to this guy, and maybe also the guy who like ported it to this version, because it would have been a hell of work for me to just port it over. It was a very pragmatic port. Some things have been even left out, but still amazing work to keep these mods alive, even if there's not that many people. It's not that much of a popular mod because of this guy abandoned it and left over a few issues, like this compatibility issue. I just fixed right here, and so we have this this number here. I calculated from the reference table how the nail damage for the different nail arts is increased when having different things. So how the increasement of the increase of the nail damage is done. The delta when having nail arts, when of the nail arts is increased when having nail upgrades, and that was 6 on all of the nail upgrades. So I just added the 6 here, wherever it was, yeah. That was all the fucking facts I have to do, if not referencing to the regional damage of the incoming for this function. We've basically fixed it directly on the hat now, so I think most of these extra things, except for this, have to be don't have to be taken into account. So yeah, we added some compatibility here to the mod, actually, I think. For the normal slash, I don't know why it's different. Dead.